Welcome to the newest newscast from us at RVK. We're doing Volcano today, of course. That's the biggest news right now. My name is Valur. I'm an editor-in-chief at RVK. Welcome also all of you new that have subscribed with us. And if you haven't subscribed, then if you like this, of course, it will be very appreciated if you do so. We also have a membership actually on our YouTube. You can follow all of this and more and ask us, and we can be in more contact with you. So that's always that. And also we have the High Five Club if you just want regular news, links and whatever we feel useful for this, and it's absolutely brilliant. There are a few tiers and you can find that on our homepage grapevine.is or of course in the link below here. But I wanted to start here not only to show you this incredible view here. It's incredible to see this pool of lava down there. It's Friday today when we're shooting. It's very grey weather and it's like strong high winds from the north, meaning it's blowing to the south to the people when they are actually arriving here. So it's a little bit tricky to hike here today, and you have to keep in mind when you're hiking here that sometimes that could be the case actually. Also, you can perhaps see the black craters down here. In the beginning of my video, last video, I was actually standing on the other side there, but you can see they have gone off, and the fires, they are considerably smaller now, but it doesn't mean that they are fading out or anything like that. So I'll explain this now. So after this, of course. First of all, I noticed that the Americans as well as the British media, they have been talking a lot about this eruption actually, and understandably so. This is a weird one. This is the same eruption, basically the second phase, if you will, perhaps of many phases. We have no idea. But it's always what they talk about also is that the airports are still open. The few things about this is, of course, right, that first of all, the airport is quite close to here. It only takes you like perhaps half an hour to drive here from the airport. So if you're like landing here and going somewhere else, if you have an hour, you could even make it. Now, perhaps not an hour. And also, this is of course a fissure. This is not an ash volcano, and therefore we're not getting any ash out of it. But we are getting, of course, the gas, as we can see, there's the bluish white smoke. And so it's really windy here, as always. It's actually incredibly windy. It caught us a surprise. Yeah, but the thing is, this crack here used to be, like when we came here for the first time, and you remember, I was talking about how big is this crack actually. And we were estimating it was 200 to 300 meters. 300 meters were actually the correct number, but now you can see this all have actually stopped. It's gone down, but this is only left there on my left side. And the fires there are around 150 meters in length. And the thing is that they used to be 35 cubic meters per second when they started. This is quite big actually, not by far not the biggest in Iceland or anything like that. And also, I said in the last video actually that it was like 35 million cubic meters. No millions, it's just 35 cubic meters per second. That's like, I don't know why I said it, but now you know. Anyways, it's gone down a little bit, down to 18 cubic meters per second, which is still considerably higher than the Meradalir eruption ever was. So this is still much more of a powerful event than ever the first eruption, and we felt that was big actually. And majestic it was definitely. Also, there is sulfuric dioxide that is traveling all the way to Scotland. Once again, we're messing up things for Scotland with our volcanoes. And the thing is that this is of course not dangerous, but this is, if you're close to this, this could pose some danger for your lungs, especially with those that have some underlying conditions or something like that. Don't come here, simple as that, if you're afraid of that. And even if you have that, you probably can't go through the 17 kilometers hike. This is much longer, not much, it's slightly longer than like an average like hard hiking route in the highlands in Iceland. And in this weather, this can be nightmarish if you're not prepared well enough. And also the gases here are, there are more gases coming from this. This is not a huge concern, but this is a concern, something you need to keep in mind. Always keep a wind to the back and don't bring children. Simple as that. Children under 10 years old at least. Of course, parents need to evaluate this themselves, but over 10 perhaps that's better. But children, small children, they don't have the same strong lungs that we have, and these smokes can actually mess them quite badly up. So don't be bringing them here. I know they want to see this and so on, and if they want to see this, then keep in a safe distance, very safe distance. There is a gas alert in the neighbouring towns because of the wind. This is the very strong northern wind that we have now, and it's blowing to the south. To the south is Grindavík and as well as Vogar. They are down there to the west from here actually. There is an alert that the gas can be a hassle there. So if you live in this area, or if you know someone that lives in this area, then keep in mind that this can be a consistent problem. We're shooting this on Friday, the Friday the 5th of August, but when you see it, it might actually still be an alert going on, of course. Also, earthquakes, they have almost stopped, and that has shown us once again that when the earth here is all around the place, like shaking, it is always because of magma intrusion. The magma is on the move, and it's incredible how like you can just feel this very evidently. So next time we know better, of course. Also, there is a new route. They are actually, like the search and rescue teams are relentlessly trying to make this more of an enjoyable and easier hike for everyone. So you can check actually in many, like I think it's safe travel at least. We will write about this later on. I just saw this just before we actually started. But the route is going to be much better, of course, and it's going to get easier with time. And in the end, hopefully this will not be too much of a hike, and people that are not that, which are not in that good physical form can actually come here. But until then, of course, we have helicopters. It costs a lot, but it might be very well worth it. And to be honest, it is quite beautiful to see, although I prefer the heat, the grittiness of this and so on. But of course I have the health to hike here. So, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed Art Picnic's photographs, so now videographs. There were a lot of people in the comment section asking actually who was behind the camera. Once again, it's always Art Picnic unless I actually say something else. And Art Picnic is of course whoa. Also, keep in mind, if you're going to hike here, the weather, it can be pretty brutal. Always be prepared for that. This is perhaps not the worst weather. It's also very warm. It's an odd combination, but there is storm on its way. The weekend is going to be bad, but after the weekend it's going to be really bad. So don't go hiking here without checking the forecast before. So keep that in mind, of course. And in the end, if you we have a lot of new people actually, and welcome. It's really nice to have you. And if you actually like this kind of stuff, we do this all the time, and you can like and subscribe. And if you want to take an extra step, you can also be a member with us. We have a membership which is absolutely beautiful. I love our trusty audience. They have been incredibly helpful, and it's a beautiful society, and it always reminds me how just the internet can be a nice place, unlike this harsh wilderness here. So let's end it there. Thanks for watching. My name is RVK, and I'm the editor-in-chief at the RVK Grapevine, and you're watching basically the greatest display on Earth.